Rising from the ashes like his namesake, Joaquin Phoenix has emerged from a dark past into a bright future. There's no other way to say it. Joaquin Phoenix was born into a cult. Living in Puerto Rico, his parents, John and Arlen Bottom, were members of the Children of God cult when they had him in October of 1974. Along with his brother River and his sisters Rain and Liberty, the family eventually moved from Puerto Rico to Caracas, Venezuela. The cult did not believe in traditional jobs, which meant Phoenix, along with his siblings, would sometimes sing songs in the street in exchange for food. Children of God was supposedly based around Christianity, but took liberties in establishing its own new rules and belief systems. As reported in Esquire magazine, the organization's leader implemented a new recruiting system in which women members would have sex with outsiders as a means to entice them to join the cult. This policy spurred Phoenix's parents to pack up the kids and get out. Reflecting on his parents' initial decision to join the cult, the actor told Vanity Fair, "I think they were idealists and believed they were with a group who shared their beliefs and their values. I think they probably were looking for safety and family." After leaving Venezuela, the family first moved to Florida and then to Los Angeles, where Joaquin started getting small roles on television shows alongside his brother. He worked on everything from after-school specials to dramas, including Hill Street Blues.
My daddy said she was evil.
Growing up, Joaquin Phoenix was incredibly close with his siblings, especially his older brother River. River Phoenix was 4 years older than Joaquin and had a hugely successful career, starring in films like Stand By Me, Mosquito Coast, and My Own Private Idaho with Keanu Reeves. Additionally, the elder Phoenix earned an Oscar nomination for his role in the 1988 film Running on Empty. River, who played in a band, hung out with musicians like Flea and John Frusciante of the Red Hot Chili Peppers at clubs such as the Viper Room, a Sunset Strip bar partially owned by Johnny Depp. On October 30th, 1993, River was at the Viper Room with his girlfriend Samantha Mathis, Joaquin, and their sister Rain. While at the club, River accidentally overdosed on a mixture of heroin and cocaine, which led to a series of seizures. A frantic Joaquin dialed 911, but it was too late. His brother had already died by the time the ambulance arrived. Even today, the actor continues to honor his late brother, telling 60 Minutes, "I feel like in virtually every movie that I made, there was a connection to River in some way, and I think that we've all felt his presence and guidance in our lives." Joaquin spoke to Extra in 2019 about the impact River had on his career.
He gave me a lot of confidence and was just insistent that it was something that I was going to do.
By 2005, Joaquin Phoenix was being hailed as one of the greatest actors in the world, cemented by his performance as country music legend Johnny Cash in Walk the Line. His portrayal of Cash alongside Reese Witherspoon as June earned him critical acclaim and showered him with award nominations. But it was also around this time that Phoenix began developing a serious alcohol problem. In a case of life imitating art, his performance in the musical biopic, which portrayed Cash's struggles with addiction, allegedly drove the actor to become more dependent on alcohol. As Phoenix explained to Time Out, "I wasn't an everyday drinker, but didn't have anything else to do, anything to hold me down. I was leaning on alcohol to make me feel okay."
Hey, Jerry. How you doing, John?
Despite experiencing so much professional success, Phoenix was suffering. As the actor told GQ, "I wasn't engaging with the world or myself in the way I wanted to. I was being an idiot, running around, drinking, trying to screw people, going to stupid clubs." In April 2005, Phoenix checked himself into rehab to try and overcome this problem. Speaking to the New York Times that same year, he divulged that he'd also joined Alcoholics Anonymous, explaining that it was the best thing he had ever done. As Joaquin Phoenix was reveling in the success of Walk the Line, the actor was still privately overcoming his own problems with alcohol, but nothing could prepare him for an accident that would occur on January 26, 2006. Phoenix was driving in Los Angeles when his brakes spontaneously failed, causing him to lose control of his car and crash it into another. At the time of the crash, the actor had flipped his vehicle and was completely disoriented, though thankfully unscathed. As he attempted to exit his car, the voice of legendary German director Werner Herzog, who helmed such classics as Fitzcarraldo and documentary films like My Best Fiend and Grizzly Man, could be heard. Herzog appeared, approached Phoenix, and helped him calm down by speaking to him with his famously unique voice. As Phoenix told The Guardian, There was this German voice saying, "Just relax." There's something so calming and beautiful about Werner Herzog's voice. I felt completely fine and safe.
A thought becomes more and more clear that it is not so much a look at wild nature as it is an insight into ourselves.
Pheonix added that Herzog didn't stick around the accident scene for very long, telling The Guardian, "I got out of the car and I said thank you, and he was gone."
I've read in many things that you don't enjoy doing talk shows. And I find that,
Joaquin Phoenix is notoriously private and rarely gives sit-down interviews. But when he does, they are a bit, well, unconventional to say the least. In February 2009, the actor made an appearance on The Late Show with David Letterman, flaunting a thick beard, long hair, and sunglasses. Throughout the interview, Phoenix was reserved and mysterious, leading many to believe that it was real. But as it turns out, it was all a bit, and his persona was a character for a mockumentary called I'm Still Here.
You know, it's been 3 years since the last time you were on the show, and I will just say right off the top here, you look different than I remember you.
Even in 2019, the actor still could not resist doing pranks in TV interviews. During an appearance on Jimmy Kimmel Live to promote Joker, the host shared a clip of Phoenix having an intense moment on set. The remainder of the interview was awkward, and the actor appeared embarrassed.
I was supposed to be private.
Yeah.
I'm a little embarrassed. I'm sorry about that.
However, his publicist later told Entertainment Weekly that it was simply a joke outtake. Phoenix's apprehension toward interviews is partially shaped by a handful of bad ones he had growing up. In a conversation with IndieWire, the Joker actor revealed, "When I was a kid, and even as an adult, some of the questions I was asked in interviews really shocked me. I don't know how you can be in that position of power and abuse it in that way." Knowing the backstory behind his attitude with interviews makes his unconventional and awkward TV appearances a bit more understandable. Despite being an Oscar-winning actor, Joaquin Phoenix has had his fair share of controversial moments regarding the ceremony. In 2012, the star was nominated in the Best Actor category for his role as Freddie Quell in Paul Thomas Anderson's The Master. Prior to his nomination, however, Phoenix expressed to Interview magazine his true feelings about Hollywood's biggest night. "I'm just saying that I think it's total, utter bullshit, and I don't want to be a part of it. I don't believe in it. It's totally subjective. Pitting people against each other, it's the stupidest thing in the whole world." The media, of course, had a swift reaction to these statements, speculating that what he said probably hurt his chances of winning the Golden Prize. And ultimately, Phoenix lost to Daniel Day-Lewis for the latter's appearance in Lincoln that year. But of course, the story has a happy ending, because 8 years later, Phoenix got his day in the sun by taking home the Oscar for his performance as Arthur Fleck in Joker. During his acceptance speech, the actor, who has been a longtime advocate for PETA, unexpectedly took the moment to speak up for animal rights, saying, "We feel entitled to artificially inseminate a cow, and when she gives birth, we steal her baby, even though her cries of anguish are unmistakable. And then we take her milk that's intended for her calf, and we put it in our coffee and our cereal." The audience applauded his statements, though after the ceremony, reactions to his speech drew equal parts criticism and praise. Despite being one of the most esteemed actors of his generation, Joaquin Phoenix still experiences severe anxiety while filming movies, which can lead to some intense moments on set. The actor opened up about his experiences to Interview magazine, saying, "I've been acting for 30 years, but I still get nauseous the day before and have weeks of incredible anxiety. They have to put pads in my armpits because I sweat so much that it just drips down my wardrobe. For the first 3 weeks of shooting, I'm just sweating."
Do you get nervous?
Yeah, absolutely.
On a set?
Yes, petrified.
Phoenix's anxiety even managed to interfere with his early days of rehearsal for Joker. This led to the actor clashing with fellow star Robert De Niro due to differences in how they approach work. According to a cover story with Vanity Fair, De Niro wanted to do a read-through of the entire script, and Phoenix declined to do so due to his anxiety.
"All I have are negative thoughts."
Though Phoenix did eventually agree to a read-through, the process was not without struggle. Eventually, he and De Niro met one-on-one together to squash their brief misunderstanding, and from then on, things went well.
That was great, Arthur. Thank you. I mean, I loved hearing what you had to say. It made my day.
Thanks, Murray.
In fact, the Raging Bull and Godfather actor not only kissed Phoenix on the cheek, but he said, It's going to be okay, Boobala. But even when filming's over, Pheonix has said he remains anxious. Probably because he pours his entire soul into a character. He previously told The Guardian in 2006, "The job finishes and you say, 'What do I do? How do I act? What is my life?' It can be very lonely." Still, it's comforting to know that Joaquin Phoenix's darkest days seem to be behind him. Now married to her co-star, Rooney Mara, the couple recently welcomed a baby boy they named River. If you or anyone you know is struggling with addiction issues, help is available. Visit the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration website or contact SAMHSA's national helpline at 1-800-662-HELP 4357.